Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Could you tell me that your complete name, please?
I am Jayasman Veerakodi.
Which name do you much interest?
I like my first name Jayasman.
Yes, Sumana. The thing is that first of all, you need to select one of the question booklet in here. Okay. So according to your question booklet, the selection is that the first one. Okay. So then I am going to ask some questions. Your answers not too long and not shown too short. Huh? So first of all, you need to tell about that. What are you doing presently?
Presently, I am working as a Ayurvedic doctor. Weekdays, I have to visit some Ayurvedic factories. Weekends, I have to practice in my private dispensary. I go to the office at about 8. I have to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. In the morning session, I have to search some production levels for the produce their medicine, and sometimes the workers ask so many problems from me. I have to solve their problems, and I can give the respectable answers for them, because they want to take my opinions about the productions. Evening times, I have to do so many new formulations and give the advices how to prepare most valuable products, and I can give so many answers to them, and after that I refer some new books to and get some knowledge from that book. After 5 o'clock, I can leave the office and I come to home.
So my next question is that what is the future plan?
I have more future plans. I can explain few. First, I am trying to improve my English knowledge, because if I have the more knowledge about English, I can refer more books. Most of books are written in English, in modern science and Ayurvedic also. Then if I have good English knowledge, I can change my knowledge, subject knowledge, even foreigners, because they have so many good knowledge. Then I am trying to earn more money than now, because if I have the more money, I can my life is very good and continue.
You want to be a rich person?
Yes.
How will your future plans help you and your family?
Yeah, I think that if I have good English knowledge, I can speak with my family members also. We as English people know, but we trying to speak in English, because if I talk with my family members, they can improve their knowledge also. If I can more money than now, I can give more benefits for my family members. I like that.
So next question about that, can you describe your daily routine?
I get up early in the morning at about 5 o'clock. Then I help my wife to prepare bed tea, and we have bed tea with my family members. After that, I get my morning ablutions, and I help to my wife to prepare breakfast and lunch. Then I offer some flowers to the Lord Buddha, and I leave from home, my residence, to the office at about 8 o'clock. And I have to work there at about 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then after 5 o'clock, I leave my office, I come to the home and have wash or bath. Then I watch TV programs, especially news. After the news, we visit, we like to watch some special teledramas. Then I have my dinner and go to the bed.
How do you take up your hobbies?
Especially, I have more hobbies. I can explain few hobbies. Reading newspapers and watching TV, and I like to visit rural areas especially. I read weekend newspapers especially because there are so many valuable articles and some political incidents I like very much. Then I like to watch the TV because especially TV news, and my wife also like to watch the TV with me, and we discuss there some teledramas details. And after that, my wife also a teacher. She arranged the special tour to the rural areas, especially vacations.
So next question about then, who motivate you to take up your hobbies?
I am working as an eye doctor because I am a busy person. My wife knows about that. He gives more chances to get the hobbies to me. She buys 2 or 3 weekend newspapers, and I like to read that. And especially she selected teledramas to watch the TV. I like to visit them, and with my wife every week, every vacations she arranges special trips to the rural areas. We can enjoy it.
How many hours a day do you have to work?
I have to work 8 hours normally. I start my work at about 8 o'clock, and I work 8 hours. I have to do as IOD doctor, I have to give some advices to the patients, and I have to visit some Ayurvedic factories. I have to give some advices to them. And after that, in the evening times, I watch TV and I read some newspapers also.
So now you have to give about your personal opinions about that, these 2 questions. Okay, as you like, you can tell anything about that. Why do you select this course?
I select this course because I wanted to improve my English knowledge. I came first day this class. I attend the class without any payments, and I could take some knowledge from the teacher. First day I thought this was the class for me, suitable class, because we have most of chances to discuss each other in English, and teacher have so many ideas to how to improve my English knowledge. So I select this course.
So last question about that. Do you think this class is good for you?
Yes, I think this class is most suitable for me because we have more chances to speak each others, and we can address so many crowds without any fear, and we can get more knowledge from the teacher. Teacher is, I think, is most valuable person I met, and we can get more knowledge from the teacher this class.
So then you are given that a very excellent answers for that questions. So now you give that the answers for the second steps. That means that this is the second step about that the speaking practice test. So then you have to give the speech. Okay. So first of all, I tell about that according to the selection about that question booklet. So can you explain admirable person in your life? And under this heading about that, why do you like this person? And advantages and disadvantages and duties and responsibilities. So you have to explain about that. Before that, I will give that the piece of paper. So you can write down some important points for your speech. Keep this one. Take this pen and write down some important points for your speech. So I think that now you have prepared for this speech. So okay, I think no need to mention about that the subtopic about that you need to talk about. So can now you chance for to speak.
I am going to talk about nurse. Nurse is the most valuable person in Sri Lanka because they have to do a lot of duties and have a lot of responsibilities. Nurses take care of people in the hospital. There are two types of nurses in Sri Lanka. They are male nurses and female nurses. They wear white smart uniforms. They have to do lot of duties in the ward. I can explain their duties. Before the doctor comes, nurses have to arrange the ward very calmly because hospital patients are every time very worried. They want to see the very calmly wards. When the doctor comes, nurses submit their reports and bed tickets because doctor they want to get medicines and other instructions from the doctor. Doctor marked about that on the bed ticket. Nurses have to give the medicine and their meals in proper time. Nurses arrange their beds and help the patients to wash themselves. When the doctor comes, they have to discuss about the patients with doctor. Nurses often stay in ward and take care of people very well. I think nurses are most valuable person in the ward because they have to stay often every time, sometimes 24 hours continuously. Doctor refers the medicine to the patients, but nurses have to give them proper time. Sometimes they have to give the mid-time times also. If the patients are ill, they have to have test and find out what is wrong with them. Nurses help them to their test. First, they take their samples of blood and they have to send to the labs and get reports. Nurses have more responsibilities in the ward because sometimes some drugs are poisonous one. If they use the not only proper time, may be dangerous. And, sometimes the nurses have to work in the ICU units. When they work ICU unit, they have to pay attention continuously without close their eyes. Some nurses work in the operation theatre. Doctors can't do their duties without help of the nurse. So So most valuable person in the hospital, I think about that.
So now I am going to ask some question regarding about your speech. Okay, the first question about that. Do you like to get medicine from government hospital or private hospital? And you have tell the reason.
I like to take medicine from the government hospital because if I have no money, I can get medicine every time. If I want to get medicine from the government hospital, first I have to go to the OPD. There are so many doctors. I can go to the general doctor. They give some medicine for me. First doctor gives prescription to me, and I can get medicine from the hospital pharmacy. I can get cure. Sometimes if I go to the 2 or 3 times, I can get couldn't get the cure. At that time, general doctor refers me to the specialist. Then I can meet the specialist in the hospital without any payment. At their specialist consult me and get medicine, I can get cure. Sometimes I have to admit the hospital. I can admit the hospital without any payment. Sometimes I have to admit the government hospital. I can admit without any payment. Not only that, sometimes we have to get a serious operation from the government hospital without any payment. Of course, I like to get medicine from the government hospital.
So do you think that the nurse gives a better service to the patient?
Yes, I think nurses give better service in Sri Lanka because they take care of people very well. Nurses often stay in the ward, sometimes 24 hours in a day. They arrange the wards very calmly because hospital patients are very worried, I think. When they are worried, the nurses talk them and cheer them up. Not only that, hospital patients have so many mental problems. Nurses ask about that and give so many advices. I think hospital nurses are very respectable person in the hospital.
Do you think the job of the nurse is challenging and dangerous?
Yes, I think the job of the nurse is very challenging and dangerous. Nurses have to look after the patients correctly because they take care of people in the ward. They have to give medicine and foods in proper time. Nurses have also, they have the private family problems, but they have to involve every time to the patients. Sometimes they can't go their residences anytime. Sometimes they have to stay with the ward and take care of the patients. Another reason, doctors can't do any duties without help of the nurse. I think that is very difficult one because sometimes they have to work in the ICU unit and operation theatre. When they work operation theatre, they have to help doctor without any fear. That is dangerous one. And most valuable person in the ward and operation theatre and ICU unit. That is also, I think, this.
So last question about
Yes.
that. How does the nurse feel comfortable to the patients?
I think hospital patients are very worried because they stay out of their residences. They can't meet their family members every time. Hospital nurses know about that. They ask them private problems also. Every time they give more chances to the patients and give more advices, not only the medicine, they give more counseling and give more chances and give the pleasure. I think that is the way, real way, and they are very valuable person in our country.
So I think that you give that you gave that very accurate answers for the questions. I am satisfied with your answers. After, if you pass this exam, you can enroll about that our advanced speaking, advanced writing course also. So within that 1 week, I expect to send about that the results. So otherwise, if you hurry about that the results, you have to give the telephone course to me. So wait until the results will be released.
Thank you very much, sir.